If the power grid goes down, your smartphone is basically a paperweight. You need a way to get information. That's why I went out and bought the most popular models on the market to see which ones are actually reliable survival tools and which ones are just junk. I've tested everything from battery life to crank efficiency to help you find the best emergency radios for preppers that you can actually trust. Product number 1: 10,000 mAh emergency crank radio. First, I looked at this 10,000 mAh crank radio. Right out of the box, it feels surprisingly solid with a nice non-slip grip. It's got a bit of weight to it, about a pound, which I like because it doesn't feel cheap or hollow. The main selling point here is that massive battery. I used it to charge my tablet and phone, and it actually held up really well compared to smaller units. The tuning knob is large, which makes it easy to find stations even if you're wearing gloves or it's pitch black outside. The audio on the NOAA weather bands came through clear during my testing. I also really like the reading lamp under the solar panel. It's bright enough to read a map by without blinding you. If you need a ton of power storage for your devices, this is a solid starter option. Product number 2: 10,000 mAh hand crank emergency radio. Then I tested another 10,000 mAh model that's very similar in design but had a few differences in feel. Holding this one, it fits really well in the hand, and the rubberized finish gives you confidence that it won't slip if it's raining. Speaking of rain, the IPX6 water resistance is legit. I wouldn't submerge it in a lake, but it handles heavy splashes just fine. The crank feels sturdy, not flimsy like some cheaper models I've snapped in the past. I tested the SOS siren, and while it is loud, it definitely grabs attention quickly. It also has a compass on top, which is a nice touch, though I wouldn't rely on it for precision navigation. It receives AM, FM, and NOAA channels reliably. It's a great pick if you want a rugged, all-rounder that can take a beating in a storm. Product number 3: Raynic emergency radio. Moving on to the Raynic. This one feels a bit different because of the large HD LCD screen. Unlike the others where you have to guess the frequency with a manual dial, this digital tuning locks right onto the station. That's a huge plus when you're trying to find a weak signal during bad weather. It automatically scans for alerts, which is a great set-it-and-forget-it feature. It has a smaller internal battery at 5,000 mAh, but it makes up for it with versatility. You can pop in 3 AAA batteries as a backup, which I honestly prefer for long-term prepping. I also noticed it picks up shortwave bands, not just AM, FM, plus it has a headphone jack. If you're in a crowded shelter and don't want to disturb others, this is the one I'd grab. Product number 4: 12,000 mAh weather radio. Now, if you want raw power, I checked out this beast with a 12,000 mAh battery. It's physically a bit larger, mainly because of that oversized solar panel on top. Most solar chargers on radios are gimmicks, but this one actually covers more surface area to pull in a charge. The crank arm is reinforced, too. I gave it a hard crank for a minute, and it felt smoother and generated power faster than the standard models. The flashlight on this thing is super bright, basically a spotlight. Since it holds so much juice, it's arguably the best power bank that happens to be a radio. It feels like a tank in your hand. If your main concern is keeping your phone alive during a hurricane season blackout, this is the heavy hitter you want in your kit. Product 5: Midland ER310. Finally, I tested the Midland ER310. This is a brand name you see a lot in the survival community. Holding it, it feels lighter but very well engineered. It only has a 2600 mAh internal battery, which sounds small, but it's incredibly efficient. Plus, it takes 6 AA batteries as a backup, so you can keep it running forever if you stock up on AAs. The coolest feature here is the ultrasonic dog whistle. I tested it, and while I couldn't hear it, my dog certainly did. It's a smart way to signal search and rescue teams without making noise humans can hear. The flashlight uses a Cree LED, so it cuts through darkness way better than standard bulbs. This is for the serious prepper who prioritizes reliability and specialized features over just having a massive battery. So whether you need massive battery life to charge your phone or precise digital tuning to catch weather alerts, one of these will keep you connected when the lights go out. I've dropped links to all of them in the description below so you can check the current prices. Thanks for watching and stay safe out there.